Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make mushroom Duxelles. So this is a very simple mushroom disc, and it's very finely diced mushrooms which are fried off with some shallots and some butter with some lemon juice and some parsley, and once it's all fried, and some cream, and once it's all fried off and the liquids have been fully absorbed, you end up with these fine mushrooms, almost like a pate. You can spread them on bread almost. And I'm then going to use that for another recipe, which is Beef Wellington. But I should stress, that's not the only use you can put mushroom Duxelles to. You can do a number of things. My sister in Canada likes to put some on a little square of puff pastry, and then allow the pastry to bake and create an edge around it to give a little mushroom Duxelles tart. You can do it for vol au vents. You can put some on toast with some poached eggs. I've seen a number of suggestions. People also use it as the base of a mushroom soup. But because the Beef Wellington recipe tends to have several stages, I like to do some things in advance, and this mushroom Duxelles is one of them. But it's not only for the Beef Wellington, you can use it for whatever you want basically. So I'll go on to the ingredients, and for this I have 1 kilogram, which is 2.2 pounds of mushrooms, which I have chopped very finely. I have some slightly larger pieces, but I've chopped them finely, and even if you've got some even bigger pieces, it doesn't matter, because you're going to cook this down, and mushrooms, as you know, as they release their water and get cooked, they shrink in size anyway. So that's the mushrooms. I have 100 millilitres, which is 6 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons of double cream, 80 grams of butter, unsalted butter, which is 5 2/3 tablespoons. I have 60 millilitres, a quarter of a cup of lemon juice, and instead of freshly squeezing it, I've just taken some out of the freezer from where I had some that I'd squeezed that I didn't need before, and that will be fine. And then I also have 60 grams, about 2/3 of a cup of finely chopped shallots. And then I will actually salt and pepper things at the end. And I also have some flat leaf parsley, and I'm going to chop up till I've got a couple of tablespoons of that, which I can stir in at the end as well. So the first thing we need to do is cook down our mushrooms in the butter. So I have my butter in my saucer. You can use a large frying pan, but this will be fine. And the mushrooms will fill this pan, but they will then reduce as they cook. I'm going to put the mushrooms into the butter, and I'm then going to stir that from time to time and cook it down until the mushrooms have released their liquid, and that liquid has then been absorbed back in again. So with the mushrooms in the pan, I'm going to turn them over and stir them so that they get coated in the butter and they start to release their juices. And as you can see, the mushrooms are releasing juice, and I'm going to add in my lemon juice as well and stir that around and continue to cook until all that juice has been evaporated. And as you can see, there's a lot of liquid being released now, but that will all evaporate, and I'll tell you how long that takes once it has evaporated or been reabsorbed into the mushrooms. So I've cooked my mushrooms with the lemon juice for 25 minutes on a moderate heat, and as you can see the liquid has all evaporated. So I'm going to put in my shallots and toss those around, and I'm going to just cook those for a couple of minutes. The shallots have been cooking for a couple of minutes, so now I'm going to add in my cream as well. I'm going to stir that through, and I'm then going to cook that until that is fully absorbed into the mushrooms and the pan is dry again. And as that cooks, I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in and just the slightest hint of pepper. I don't think it needs much seasoning. And so I've cooked that, and the cream is fully absorbed, and the mushrooms have changed colour a little bit as they've browned off just a little bit, and I think that's good enough. So then I'm going to add in my parsley, and I did put a little bit of seasoning in, so that's good. And I've had a taste of it, and it tastes very, very good with the tartness, a sort of tang from the lemon, but with that lovely earthy mushroom flavour. So that's all there is to making the Duxelles, and I have seen some people make it much drier than this, but I don't want it dry. I want it more pate like. So I'm going to put that into a bowl and allow it to cool down completely. Then I'll cover it with some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge to chill until I need it for the Beef Wellington. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and as I said, you don't need to use this for Beef Wellington. You can use it as a spread on some toast or some baguettes or something. You can use it for whatever you want, basically. So that will be it for this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well, and I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.